Hello, it's Dr. Shelley, and I have 10 quick Black folk survival guides for you based on my last video last week. This is a weekly update. So I always give you videos and talk about what can we as a people do. And by the way, these tips behind me on the board, anybody could follow and everybody would benefit. But I'm specifically targeting Black people because Black folks are definitely under attack. You know they are. I've given you at least 12 videos to show you that and demonstrate factual information as to why I can say Black people are under attack in this country right now with this administration. Now, I also want you to remember what's happened in the last 48 hours, which is also why Black folks need a survival guide. Now, everybody can use a survival guide based on the record that we just broke. Well, Shelley, what record did we just break? Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't know? Oh, yeah. The last 48 hours, we broke a countrywide record and we broke a world record. Yeah, not for anything good. This was the first time in the history of the United States and the history of the world that 2 days in a row, the stock market dropped more than 1,500 points. Look it up. I told you before, don't believe anything I tell you. Always look it up. Somebody had the nerve to check me on my last video about that healthcare policy, about the Black people getting kicked out of Marines, Black men specifically. And I had them look it up, but I also just posted it for you so you could see it is a new healthcare policy trying to make an all-white military and kick Black men out of the Marines for hair bumps, shave bumps, whatever you want to call it, razor bumps. So anyway, that's a sidekick. But here, let's get started with our Black folk survival guide, shall we? I've been telling you now for 75 days since this fool got in office that cash is king. Remember, because of Elmo having access to the Treasury and everything else, they can take money right out of your account and do the damn thing. They showed that with Ned Johnson, with their Social Security, how they took $5,000 out of his account and declared him dead and stopped his Social Security checks. And the account tied to the Social Security check got debited $5,200. They also showed that they can go right into your account and take your money out in the red state of Alabama, where the heating grants, the heating and really cold weather heating grants that we had with this terrible winter we just went through, they were giving grants, and then all of a sudden they wanted to stop paying those grants. So they stopped payment on the grants, and then they took money out of those people in Alabama's checking account to pay for the grants that they had given them before. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So we tell you to keep cash on hand and get used to using cash only. Now, this book, if you were to use the 100 envelope savings challenge, if you were to use it every single day and save every day as advised by the days on these envelopes, you would have, at the end of it all, $5,000, okay? So you would have money in here for every single envelope, and it would total $5,000 in about 3 to 4 months, 100 days. Now, in this one, which is more practical for 99% of people in this country, this one, same exact book, just a different color, you save every week, $1 a week. Next week is $2. Week 3 is $3. Week 4 is $4. Keep cash on hand in case you have to get up out of here. I need you to wean off of digital currency because Elmo was in our business, in the Treasury, the Social Security, the student loans, all the stuff. He is tracking, along with his counterparts, the government is tracking all of the digital currency because he is striving to create a digital currency and even a worldwide currency, which is just crazy, on Twitter. It's going to be part of X, right? It's called X. So his next deal is creating a digital currency, making it apply to everybody, right? So wean off the digital currency. What is digital currency? Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Zelle. If you have to keep one, keep Zelle. It's the safest. It's tied to your bank account. However, Number 3, keep a minimum balance in the bank. In other words, little bit of money in any account tied to any governmental check. If you get a Social Security check, that account shouldn't have much money in it at all. Just enough to pay the bills that are tied to that account. I do online banking. I only keep a little bit of money in there. Where should you keep your money at? A non-profit credit union, not Navy Federal. They've been accused of racist borrowing and lending practices and sued. So not Navy Federal. You need to make sure these are in nonprofit credit unions. Your girl here, goes to Faith Community Credit Union. It's Black owned. It's off Buckeye. I do not allow any kind of ATM cards to be tied to that account because I want to make it harder to get to that money. Consider moving your investments. This is called your 401k, your 403b, your Roth, your IRA. Those are your investments accounts and they're tied to your job. You need to call Fidelity. In the case of the Cleveland Clinic, we use Fidelity. I called them, told them to move all my money to a money market account during this time of crazy. Otherwise, I would have lost thousands of dollars by now. Now, number 6, everyone needs a passport, a real compliant ID, which is a driver's license with the little blue star in the corner of it. You need to have a Social Security card and birth certificates, even your marriage and divorce decrees. You need a copy of all of that certified in your house, all in the same area where you can grab it and go if you needed to. But more importantly, you're going to need it for voting, ladies, because if your last name doesn't match your birth certificate, these son of a you-know-whats are trying to say you can't vote unless you prove why your names don't match, which would be the divorce or their marriage certificates. It's crazy. Never let me catch you out there marching. I know it's April 5th and everybody's out there trying to do the march thing and protest. No, baby. We don't protest. We don't march because we're not privileged and we'll get shot. And this man will declare martial law, which means that you will not have any rights at all when they arrest you and throw you down. Okay? Pack a bag, keep your gas tank filled, and consider buying a gun for protection. Not only that, while you're out here driving, I call it become hypervigilant. Look around you. Don't just be driving aimlessly, looking at your phone. No, look around you. There are more cops out here if you've been paying attention. Surveillance the area very well. Be aware of what I call blue light neighborhoods. Those are the neighborhoods with houses with blue lights outside of them. I know them very well because I used to go to one all the time for a friend of mine that I used to visit. They had the blue lights right outside the house. These are not good. They are pro-police, which is usually good, right? Depends. But really they're saying blue lives matter, and you know the opposite. So sundown towns, after a certain point in the evening when it gets dark, there are some towns you have no business in, especially now. Teach your children the same thing. Check for the popo everywhere because, again, they are given immunity. They are being told they're going to get immunity. So whatever they do to us in the course of an arrest, doesn't matter. Number 9, pay off all your debt and no new loans. So let me catch you out here getting a car loan. That's crazy. Fix that damn car and keep it fixed. It's cheaper to fix the car. Don't get new loans, I'm telling you. Because you want to avoid the buy now, pay later programs. That's really debt. Let's get on it. Let's stand on business and get these bills paid because the borrower is slave to the lender. And it says right in the Bible, owe no man nothing. It even says in the Bible, don't co-sign. Lastly, we need to network. The Black Wall Street needs to happen again. We need to notify each other about jobs, notify each other about handymen, notify each other about auto mechanics and people we trust to take care of our issues that we may have in our home or our vehicles. We need to make sure we work extra hours, get more money, and then we need to stay healthy because I promise you, Medicaid is about to be gone. I also promise you that Medicare is about to be cut. And so get your physical scheduled now. Get that mammogram, that colonoscopy, that pap test. Get everything you need health-wise now, because I'm almost positive you won't be able to next year. I hope this helps with the Black Folks Survival Guide. And white folks, I got something for you. Got a little homework coming up in another video. Deuces.